Welcome.
Welcome.
Thank y'all for another coming and showing up for another episode of the DC Pharma Show. Love the support I got from all the fans and viewers last week. What I want to say is to the people that I sent a reminder out about my live show on my YouTube today, please go to my page. It'll be on there. That link I sent was the wrong link again. Trying to get it together. Like I said, it's my first time doing the show, so we're working out all the kinks. So for the people that's waiting to catch my show, I don't know if you can hear it or not or whatever, just go to my home page, and you should see it live from there.
Yeah, it looks like they're coming in. What's going on, everybody? Big Worm, Cannabis here. Joining my man DC Pharma again.
What's up, T-Man? Thanks for coming through.
So, while we let people come in, I'm very excited tonight. If you've been following on Instagram, you see that we got the nice no-till starter pack going to be given away at the end of the show. So stay tuned for that.
Indeed. This is real big, and with that starter pack, it's going to be a
little special gift,
a little seed in there from it's an auto flower seed for beginner growers or old time growers or whatever kind of grower you are. We got a seed in there. It's an auto flower seed. You can have fun with that. Yes. I also wanted to show off my lunchbox this week.
Yeah, let's see it.
I got this from I wanted to shout out my man at a dank look on the city for his lunchbox. South side right here, the southeast ratchet cake box, lunchbox. I call this my new stash box or whatever because that's what I'm going to use it for. And I definitely want to show love for all my independent homies doing their own thing, man, from the ground up. So if y'all see this, this is the Dallas edition. Yes, indeed, the Dallas edition. I said it. That's my team. And that's what I got right here. And what I'm using my box for is just so I can let my man at Dank Look at the City know that I am using this box that I bought. This is going to be my stash box for all my seeds, man. All the seeds and collections of seeds that I got. North Genetics, got a couple of those. But the seed that I'm looking for that I was giving away is this Nirvana from Nirvana, and it's a Northern Lights, Auto Northern Lights. That's gonna come with your no-till starter kit, and this is everything you need to kick everything off, man. Kick everything off no-till organically, and you have a beautiful flower right here, man. Everything you need.
You put that auto flower in that 15-gallon, it's gonna be big.
With the exception of water, man.
It's gonna be big. Right, not shipping water. That'd be against the no-till creed, if you will.
Right. Yeah, Jonathan Cook said grandma can grow an auto. Anybody can grow an auto so long as you take care of that baby, man. Yeah, so I think have fun with it, man. I don't know.
They got a time and place. I mean, if you only have room for one tent and, light leaks might be a problem for you or, different things like that. Yeah, I think auto's got a time and place. Nothing wrong with an auto. You can grow some big, pretty autos. Seen people getting 5-6 ounces off autos.
What's the turnaround time on those?
I've seen 90 days from seed. Less.
So that ain't bad at all.
No. So maybe less on some. It could be a lot less on some. So just some IG posts I saw a guy was saying 90 day from seed. That's some real pretty auto.
What's going on, Tony? Tony, thanks for coming through, man. Yeah, I know, man. I've been working on that link. I'm sorry about that, but I'm glad you found your way here. Thanks for coming through tonight. And like I said, for everybody that's tuning in, we do have an awesome ass giveaway here tonight, man. Everything you need to start growing. And if you don't want to use the seed we send, grow your own seed, man. I'm telling you. But at the same time, this is something that you can have fun with right here. So, why don't you tell them a little bit about the goodies you got in the box anyways?
All right, let's talk about the box. So last week we were talking about nutrients. So this is a nutrient kit right here. This will cover 2 cubic feet. So that's 15-gallon container. That's the minimum that both of us recommend. We completely agree with that. 15 is a minimum. So this has got a mix of kaja and neem. Okay. Cake, or in other places in the world they say cake, we say meal. It's the same thing.
Right, it's the same difference.
So you also got your crab meal in there, your crustacean meal. You know, it's really ground up nice. Then you got your kelp, so your basic 3. Then I add a little something extra, half strength of insect frass, half strength of fishbone meal, and half strength of alfalfa. Then you got the mineral mix in here. So you got your basalt rock dust. You got your flour, your oyster flour, oyster shell flour. You also have, what do we else we got in here? Actually, we got secret weapon in here, that brown phosphorus, that brown rock, Tennessee brown rock. We got a little azomite in here.
Okay.
And we got some gypsum in here.
I'm telling you, man.
It's covered. You're covered right here.
Definitely covered from the ground up.
So that's
now, what I wanted to mention with the. I noticed you said some key phrases in there. Now with this mix that he's sending you, when you mix it in with your soil.
Why don't you tell them how they're gonna mix it? Because they got to do the 3-3-3. We're not sending them that.
Yeah, and then you're gonna need Canadian peat moss. I suggest Canadian because you want some quality shit. You don't want to start with nothing doo-doo.
All the big box stores got it. They come in a big barrel, $9.
Then you need your pumice, lava rock, whatever may have you. And then you have your compost, your almighty important compost. This right here is your nutrient mix. It's pretty much everything that your plant needs to get started. All the organic matter, enzymes, and all that. Now, with this particular mix, what I suggest is when you mix your soil, that you let your soil, would let it go for what, a week, 2?
Well, see, what I'd really like to see them do is take this top dress kit right here. You got your cover crop seed.
Okay.
Put down the cover crop seed. You got malted barley in here. Grind up the malted barley. Put it on top. Then we got a compost tea. Brew up the compost tea. Water it in, and let the cover crop grow in a little bit. And then cut it back, and then plant your seed. You know, start your seed. You know, you can give it a week. You know, and let that cover crop really develop.
Okay.
And that's really gonna get everything kicking off. And then once you do, you know, your plant gets a little size to it. You know, maybe 3 or 4 nodes, I would think. You know, you can make this tea. But you know, calling it a botanical tea because all this is alfalfa and kelp. You mix that up, and that's gonna be your first feeding right there.
Okay.
So that's gonna kick off that growth in that first cycle.
And you also, what else you also had there? This is the top dress. What's your top dress consist of?
So we got the malted barley, and that's gonna give the enzymes, and you know, not only enzymes. You know, Mountain Organics did a great post on their feed earlier today or yesterday, was talking about how, you know, there's only certain hormones that are available and only certain nutrients that come available when, you know, when that seeds germinate. So when the seed germinates, that's a very special time. It's a very powerful time. So when you're using that malted barley, which this means germinated barley, you're getting all that specialness. You know, that's a good way to say it. You know, you're getting magic of the seeds. You know what I mean? Seeds are magical. They're powerful. You're getting everything that life creates. And you're
not only that, man. Look, check this out. Malted barley, malted barley, man, is used by brewers to make top beers, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, these dudes are serious about their craft. They use the best of the best. So when we get in this, we're using the best of the best for our plants as well. So what I'm saying by the best of the best, they searching for the enzymes they need to create their brews, their mixes. So this is what we using. You see what I'm saying? We using enzymes from the malted barley itself, man. All you got to do is grind it up and throw it right on top of your soil, man. A handful. Throw it right on top of your soil and water it in.
And then for the cover crop in there, I got my little custom mix I'm playing with right now. You got to see that earlier tonight. So it's got some winter wheat in there, winter ryegrass in there, and then it's got some crimson clover in there.
Mm-hmm.
So I was really happy with the amount of organic matter produced. You know, cut it back like grass, laid it down, and I instantly had a mulch within 4 or 5 days. It was great. So I was happy with that. So you're going to have those seeds to plant.
Yeah, and then you also have the compost tea kit. What that consists of?
So this compost tea kit, I want to give a shout out. You know, I only give shout outs to stuff that I've used that I like, and I know you're the same way. We're not talking about, you know, we're not here promoting a product. We're here saying what we use. So I personally enjoy Boogie Brew compost tea. And what I like about them is not only, you know, their compost they send you is a nice blend of some, you know, some wood chip compost and some worm castings. I actually added some additional local worm castings that I did in there. But what I like is their Part B. All right. This guy sources food grade ingredients. It's a long open source list. It's like 15 different things that he puts in there that you could personally eat. That's just food based, plant based to feed the microbes. So that part B that's in here that you're going to mix these two together, that's where the magic's going to happen, is that food source. This is a quality food source. This is a quality guy, you know, growing stuff. Boogie Brew compost tea. Good guy.
And at what time and how would you go about prepping this tea?
So standard, you got two options. If they got an air stone, I highly recommend an air stone. If you do not have an air stone, don't worry. You can stir it. You sit there, do lots of rotations one way, break it up, go back. You know, just keep it aerated. But 5-gallon bucket, definitely filtered water. If you can't get filtered water, you got to go to the store and buy spring water. And, you know, 24 hours, it's good to go. 24
hours, okay. And there you go, man. Like I said, man, the whole kit is right there for you guys to get started.
That's going to bring it to life. So, you know, that's going to really kick off your compost. If you didn't, you know, it's going to bring everything to life in the compost. It's going to bring everything to life with those seeds. So,
indeed. So, you know, and that'll take us to our next topic, man. You know, what you just said is kick off the life, which is the whole objective to what we're doing here, man. We're not really growing the plant as so much as building the soil to maintain that plant life, so that plant could get everything it needs out of the soil when it wants it.
So everything in this bag right now is not available to the plant. It has to be processed by life in the soil and to become plant available. So,
exactly.
So that's what the tea is doing. That's what your compost is doing, you know. So that's that part of the life is crucial to this part of growing. Absolutely. You know, we were talking about water. I saw a first-time no-till grower this week, and he was having trouble. I went over and looked at this thing. I said, "Where's your water coming from? Spigot? Filtering it? No. Okay, well, there we go." You know, that's the problem, because he was killing his life, you know, in the soil. Yeah. Without that life, it don't work, right?
And it's important, man. It's real important to let that water sit for 24 hours, whether you aerate it or not.
A minimum. Filter, please. Get a filter.
Yeah, filter it. Let it sit. Let everything aerate out the water. That's, you know what I'm saying? And then even when you're watering, I like me personally, when I water, I add silica and humic acid to my water. You know, so whatever didn't leach out, that also will help take care of any, you know, contaminants that I might be putting into my soil. It is important, man. We live out here in the city, man. This water ain't the greatest fucking water, man. So you want to take care of it. Not even that. The stuff that they put in the water to, you know, pass whatever fucking inspections and whatever the fuck they say, that shit is also harmful to the soil, man.
Yeah, DC water has chlorine and chloramine in it, so it's got both of them. So got to do something within DC, for sure. Did you want to throw up that nutrient? You want to talk, throw up that picture about the nutrients real quick?
Sure. Show them the picture. We can be out to show y'all some pictures.
All right, you want to do picture number 1? We can talk about, so other picture. We'll come back to that one. So this one right here, I think, you know, we're talking about this nutrient kit. You know, I think it's important for people, you know, just to have a basic understanding of, you know, what your plant needs. You know, and over the course of the show, we're going to take on different nutrients and talk about those and what they do and where they come from. But just having a very basic understanding, you know, that first 6 there, they call them macro elements, the nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium. That's the NPK you see on everything. But really just as important are the calcium, magnesium, and sulfur. Very important. So I really consider those macro elements as well. Then you got what you call your micro elements. And those are broken down on the right side. And those are needed in smaller, different trace amounts. They're not needed in as big a quantity. So those are all used by the plant. And this nutrient kit is going to provide all of those in a nice balance for the plant, for the life to provide when needed. So, you know, just a little bit there so y'all can kind of understand what's going on with that. You know what's not up there, though? That's on my other picture, but you just talked about it. Silica.
Yeah.
I think silica is definitely a micronutrient for cannabis. I definitely see a difference when I feed it silica. I mean, I've always seen a response. The stem's thicker. The plant looks healthier. So I think people should definitely include that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a must. To me, it's almost like a must.
Right.
And for all the true organic heads that don't like using the silica out the bottle or whatever, just if you're lucky enough to be around some horsetail grass or whatever, because there's natural ways that you can actually get this stuff, man. So if you're lucky enough to be around that, chop you some of that down, man, and brew it up, and that you have all the silica you need right out of that right there.
You know, and if you're looking for something in a bottle, you know, the Mountain Organics tonic does have the silica. I believe he's getting it from horsetail. You know, he's doing a cold extract. If you're looking for that, you know, contact us. You know, we can get you in touch.
I completely agree with Airwalk, which said silica isn't needed for survival. It's not. You know, it's more of a precautionary measure, what have you. You know, another IPM type of thing. But you know, it's good to have if you're available to put it into your soil. You know, but it's definitely not needed for survival. That is true.
You know, but it's very inexpensive. You can add, you know, diatomaceous earth to the soil. That's a good silica source. You can water that in as well in your water. I don't know. I agree that the plant will grow just fine without it, but I definitely feel the plant grows better with it. You know, and being an inexpensive organic amendment, you know, I don't know why you wouldn't add it. I think.
Indeed, man.
Oh, absolutely not a macro, Airwalker. You're 100% correct. I agree with you 100%. Definitely a trace or micro.
Well, what I also wanted to talk about is the soil, because you hear me talk a lot about the soil life in there, and we never really speak on how the plant actually uptakes all this nutrients and all, you know, everything that's going on to the soil, man. So
you wanna
we're gonna have we could touch on it lightly today if you would like, but we're definitely gonna have a more serious discussion about that next week as well. And that's more to see how the plant actually eats. You see what I'm saying? Because right now we're telling you how the food gets made, how it gets served to the table, how it gets processed, served to the table, cooked and all that. But we never really talk about how the plant actually eats, the nutrients and the minerals and everything, the NPKs that everybody knows, the labels in the bottles and all that. So, you know, we definitely get into more of that next week. But I see we almost halfway through the show, so what I want to do is we're going to run this.
You want to run a little video?
We're going to run that video.
So we got a little video. It's going to touch on some science. It's going to talk about the water movement in the plant. And it's also very importantly going to talk about the sugars and where they go in the plant. So that's all very key to what we're all talking about.
And when we come back from that, I'm going to shoot that number out so y'all can call in for this package. So we're going to take a 5-minute break for this video, and y'all enjoy.
In order for a tree to carry out photosynthesis and maintain its overall health, water and nutrients need to move throughout the entire tree, even against gravity. How does a plant manage this without an organ like a heart that pumps fluids? As we will see, water is pulled from the roots to the leaves through a process called transpiration. In addition, water potential drives the movement of water from one area of the plant to another using osmosis, gravity, and the surface tension of water. Transpiration begins in the leaves. The arrangement of cells and structures in the leaf facilitate the movement of gases and water into and out of the leaf. A leaf contains several layers of specialized cells. The upper epidermis is one cell layer thick and provides a protective covering. Below that layer is mesophyll tissue. Cells in the palisade mesophyll layer are sites for photosynthesis and secretion, as well as storage of food and water. The spongy mesophyll layer contains a looser arrangement of cells, where spaces between cells aid in gas exchange and the passage of water vapor from the leaves. Throughout the lower epidermal tissue are stomata, which are microscopic openings flanked by guard cells. Gases pass into and out of the leaf through these openings, as well as water vapor evaporating from the leaf, a process known as transpiration. The spongy mesophyll layer contains arrangements of vascular tissue consisting of xylem and phloem that are specialized for the transport of water and nutrients throughout the plant. The vascular tissue extends from the leaves, through the stem, to the roots. Water is transported in xylem from the roots, where the water potential is higher, up to the leaves where the water potential is lower. The arrangement of the tissues, the functions of the cells, and water potential determine the direction in which water will move through a plant. Water passes out of the leaf as water vapor through the stomata. The water vapor lost from the leaves is replaced with water that enters through the roots and is brought up through the stem in xylem. Xylem is composed of vessels, which are continuous tubes formed from dead, hollow, cylindrical cells arranged end to end, and tracheids, which are dead cells that taper as the ends overlap. This arrangement and the polar nature of water molecules allow water to pass in an unbroken stream through the xylem, from the roots up through the shoot and into the leaves. Adhesion is the attraction of water molecules to a surface, such as the wall of the xylem. Cohesion is hydrogen bonding between water molecules. Together, adhesion and cohesion allow water to move through the xylem in a continuous stream, from the roots up through the stem to replace water lost from the leaves through the stomata. Water enters the plant through the epidermal cells of the roots and travels into the xylem. Water potential in the cells of the roots increases when symporter pumps in the plasma membrane allow protons to pass into the cell, traveling down their concentration gradient. These pumps couple the transport of protons with the transport of minerals and other solutes into the cell. Water follows into the cell, driven by osmosis. The presence of aquaporin channels in the membrane enhances osmosis, allowing bulk flow of water from the soil into the roots. The other main vascular tissue is phloem. Phloem transports carbohydrates and amino acids that are produced in the leaves to cells in the roots and stems where they are used and stored. Conduction in phloem is carried out through two kinds of elongated cells, sieve cells and sieve tube members. Most angiosperms contain sieve tube members. Both types of cells have clusters of pores known as sieve areas that are abundant on the overlapping ends of cells. These structures aid in the movement of carbohydrates, like sucrose, that are manufactured in the leaves and carried in the phloem throughout the plant, a process called translocation. Turgor pressure increases in the sieve tube members as sucrose from surrounding cells is brought into phloem through active transport. Water then enters phloem from xylem by osmosis, which drives the transport of carbohydrates in the phloem. Water movement in vessels is one way, while transport in sieve tube members can go in both directions. Water potential is an important driver in both xylem and phloem transport, but only phloem transport utilizes both active and passive transport. Our heart pumps blood throughout our bodies to provide nutrients and water to our cells. Vascular plants can accomplish this same feat without a heart, using transpiration, water potential, and translocation to move water, nutrients, and minerals to all cells of the plant.
All right, y'all, we back.
I love the comments in chat. I hope y'all enjoyed the little video. It's really important, understanding that turgor pressure, because if not, if your environment's not right and, your humidity is too low and transpiration is pulling it up, you can burn those plants. That's where I've had deficiency problems. And it's all because it's pulling up so many nutrients too fast. So that's why the environment's so important, because of what we just saw right there in that water movement.
Man, and I definitely like that for the example that it also showed us how it upticks everything. If y'all seen the model there, you can see the cells, the cell walls, and all that of the plant. And this is why it's important what we feed the plant. The plant always takes in what we feed it. So it's a lot of people that's of the belief that if we could flush everything out of the plant, we'd be fine. But what we're not understanding is that all these pockets, the cell walls, and everything that runs through the whole plant, you can't flush that out. You see what I'm saying? So you may be able to flush a lot of it out, but you're not flushing everything out of your plant. You see what I'm saying? It's important to see the workings, the inner workings of the plant, period. That's why I said on that, like today we're going to touch on it lightly for sure, but next week we're going to go into it real deep, man, because it gets deep. It definitely gets deep.
So you ready to activate this number?
Indeed, I did say that, didn't I? So again, calling number 10 again. How we gonna do this, man? How we gonna chat, man? I need an answer from chat, man. How we gonna do this? We could do caller number 10 again, or we could do the first caller answers the question correct, whatever question may have you that comes out of Big Worm's mouth. How y'all want this? First 10th caller, or answer the question correctly?
Just give it to me.
All right. We're gonna do the 10th caller. That's what we're gonna do. The 10th caller, and the number is 202-618-9399. Again, 202-618-9399. I need to get this cord. I should have done that first. Let me get this cord so I can hook it up to my phone. So y'all call in whenever. Numbers up in the chat. And on the screen.
Nice. Thank you, sir.
So going back to the soil life, I mean to the soil and the soil life.
I got kind of another, I think, little history picture we can throw up while we're doing this if you want, man.
What's that?
You want to throw up a second picture up there for us?
Oh,
one caller.
There go our first caller.
Call from
G-Man.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail.
G-Man, you calling number 1. Try again. Thanks for calling in. That was our first caller by G-Man.
So this chart for my science people shows two different things that I really, really like. It shows the ion form, and we'll get into that more later. But if you look at that chart, it shows the ion form of all the different nutrients. But the cool thing on the right shows the year that they were described as being essential to plant growth. I just think that's cool.
Yeah.
You know, going back to 1882, you know, they knew carbon and hydrogen were important to the plant, you know, CO2 and water. You know, coming all the way down to 87, you know, I'm sure people are still discovering stuff that's essential to the plant. So, you know, just kind of neat little science geek, history geek for us there.
Yeah, definitely, man. And like I said, all this, I know a lot of people see this like, I ain't got time to get into all that. But if you do a little research, man, it's not really as hard as everything looks. Everything's just breaking down, man, into like shortcuts and syllables and all that other stuff. But do a little research and a little reading, man. Everything makes sense, man. You could dot the I's and cross your T's, man.
The delay is real. Must be a delay on calling in.
And call in, man. We already had the first caller, man. So like I said, the 10th caller will get this no-till starter kit, get everything going. And what's beautiful about this kit is, like I said, you get your 3 main ingredients, the 3 parts, which is your sphagnum peat moss, your compost, and your aerations, which is your lava rock or pumice, or whatever you prefer to use. You mix this in there, and then boom, there goes the explosion. There goes your soil life. Everything's going crazy. Then you throw in that cover crop. Then after a week or so, you go ahead and throw in your seed, and there you go. Just water your plants. And if you like to, you know, follow my watering regimen, just go check my YouTube out, man. I got that. Even my IG, I might tell you where that's at. But, you know, we'll talk about that in a later day. I like to use coconut water, aloe vera. I also like using malted barley, of course.
I love coconut water. I don't know what's going on, man. So I don't know whether maybe we should do a number or something. So we maybe pick a number.
People call in, man.
Yeah,
The number right there. I don't know.
No, hopefully someone will want this.
Matter of fact,
nice
this is what we're gonna do. Forget the 10th caller. The next caller that calls in, this is yours. So whoever rings my line next, that's who it belongs to. They go the number right there. You can call in. Everybody got cell phones, so the call is free. You ain't got to worry about no collect calls, man. I shit. And I also want to while we talking, I want to shout out there you go. Quick second.
Someone for G.
Call from
Mr. J Rock 420.
to accept, press 1. To send a voice.
What's going on, J Rock 420? Congratulations.
What's going on, homie?
Ain't nothing much. You are the winner of the package, and you will be receiving the no-till starter kit along with the seed. And thanks for calling in, man. Thanks for watching the show. I definitely appreciate it. What I like for you to do when you get time is to email Cannabis
CannabisDC@gmail.
at Gmail. CannabisDC@gmail. Email him and send him your information, please. JRock420.
J-Rock, you new to no-till?
Yeah, man, I'm new to it all, actually.
Nice.
So, this is a great start, man.
Right.
You have nothing to lose by trying what we sending you out right now. And you got the seed to start it from. So, if it don't work out for you, guess what? You ain't cost you nothing, man. So, I wish you the best of luck. And as soon as you give my man a shout out in the email, it'll be going right out to you.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Thanks for coming through, man.
Yes, sir.
All right. What we was saying before we
We were just talking about.
No, I wanted to shout out.
You're giving a shout
Last
out.
week winner was a Sticky. Oh man, I'm sorry, Sticky something, man. Mr. Sticky. Definitely he was excited, man. He got his package.
Oh, nice.
He shot me out an email, man. He said all the stuff in there was kind of cool, man. He was definitely excited about it. So want to shout him out, man. Thanks for sending me that email. Thanks for watching the show. And definitely thanks. And keep on watching. There'll be more coming through every week. That's for sure. I got something coming next week, man. I just got to put it together for y'all. So
Surprise.
that's how. Yeah. That's how we definitely want to work it out right there.
So, we're going to keep talking more about, moving forward, tackling a nutrient a week and talking about where it's coming from and why it's important and, move a little bit forward and then talk about what we're going and growing and what we're moving towards and all that.
Yeah, man. I started this channel out, now that we're talking about it, man, I wanted to talk about our no-till, you know what I'm saying? That's definitely what this whole goal is about, our organic growing and all that. But I also want to explain that I also want to shout out, because I'm from the city, man. And one thing I want to do for anybody that's watching out there right now, if you're from D.C., Maryland, or even Virginia, and if you got anything to do with this cannabis business, whether you're growing or not, you're promoting it somehow, reach out to me, man. I'll interview you, let you know what you got going. This will be an outlet to let people know what you have going on out here in the city as well. Because originally this is what I started this for. I wanted to spread the word about organics and no-till, but I also wanted this to be an open floor for my independent brothers and sisters, whether you white, you're black, you're Spanish, whatever you are, whatever you're doing independently.
Amen.
By yourself. I want this to be an outlet for you. I want to interview it. I want to let the people know what you got going. Because it's important, man. It's really important that we keep this grassroots, that we keep it real, man. You see what I'm saying? So from time to time, I'm saying this because from time to time I will be having guests on.
I love it.
that do music, that do production, video editing, businesses. You know, whatever you have going that's independent, that's grassroots, that started from you, from your mind, that you took the time to actually jump out there in fucking society and decided to take a motherfucking chance at life and try out what you want to, you know, what you want to do, your goal in life. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, man.
You want to break that monopoly up of fucking going to a 9 to 5 every day. You want to do you. That's who I want to interview, you know. So from time to time, that's what you're going to see on my show as well. And that being said, you know, I want to surprisingly, so I want to introduce. He don't know I'm gonna do this, but I want to bring my man Toast Eastwood up in here right quick. Yeah, I know, I know. But I want to shout him out, man. I want to shout this brother out, cause not only is he family. But this dude been doing it his own motherfucking day since day one. And if y'all type the motherfucking name and Toast Eastwood on Google, you see everything pop the fuck up that Toast Eastwood done.
Yeah, I'm high as shit too. I'm high as a motherfucker right now.
And right now,
I don't like this on the spot shit, man.
Don't worry about it, man. You know what I'm saying?
I
It's
don't like this on the spot shit.
And right now, what I want you to tell the people what you got going now, what you got. Because you went from
Gas.
Gelato.
You
went from
rapping and shit
rapping
to doing web series and videos, shit like that.
Now he's behind the camera.
Toxies TV. I got a web series called Dipperheads. Y'all check it out. We down to the season finale. Come out Christmas Eve, and you just subscribe to Tox East TV.
And when I tell y'all this is grassroots, man, I'm telling you, man, this straight up, man.
Oh, he ain't tell y'all he used to edit videos too. He got Red Galaxy Films. Y'all go check that old shit out, man. He DC Pharma now. He used to be Red Galaxy Films.
Yeah, man.
So check out some old videos he edited back in the day.
Yeah, that definitely. I mean, y'all go ahead and check it out, man. I ain't scared. That was me. You know what I'm saying? But when all this turned to motherfucking leaf, you know, this was what I really wanted to do. So this is what I drove through. So, you know, this is where I'm at right now. But, Jed, you could definitely check me out, man, my old Facebook or Red Galaxy, anything. That shit'll pop up on YouTube,
nigga, you was about to
man.
say MySpace. You read I was about to say MySpace. I was waiting for it, too.
Nice.
So, yeah, man. And like he said, he has Dipperhead, but you also had that other series. What was the other one going?
I got another romantic comedy called Dating in the DMV. That's going to be a little comedy series going on. So if y'all do any kind of acting, singing, rapping, whatever, you know what I'm saying, just hit me up at Toxies TV on YouTube. Or you can hit me on my IG, Tox Eastwood, everything, social media, all that wild shit.
Yeah, man. I definitely thanks for coming through, man. Cause he originally came through here today. It wasn't for this at all. He just came show support, show love for my show, man. You know, just show me support what I'm doing. Let me know I'm doing the right shit. So
and get that good guy.
And get that good gas.
Good guy.
You ain't got to say guy. Say gas, goddamn it, man. Ain't no motherfucking. You got to cut no cars here,
hey,
man.
Nah. That's how they say it down Georgia, man. I don't give a fuck about them peoples. That's how they say it down Georgia, man. You know what I'm saying?
This is what? What's episode is this? 3rd, 4th? I don't know, 3? Okay, I ain't following. But for those that caught every episode that been on here, I don't know if y'all know this, man. If you take a look at my eyes, man, that's to tell you what that good gas is. You see what I'm saying? So,
good.
You know, we definitely gonna have that all day, every day, and that comes by way of how we do, what we talking about on this show. You see what I'm saying?
Grow your own.
Grow your own. We used to for the longest, man. We used to look towards Cali, Oregon, which I still do. I got friends, you know, through all these places and connections and that sort of thing. But now, man, shit's legal out here now, man. Fuck that, man.
Hey, man,
I get to do me.
What happened to that the dispensary out in Montgomery County? Got shut down?
I don't know, man.
Yeah, they say they opened one up and they just bought everything up in like like 6 hours.
Yeah, the quality wasn't looking too good though.
Yeah.
Oh, you talking about the one out Silver Spring?
So yeah.
Yeah, man. Hey, yeah, that was big, man. Maryland finally, see, that's what we talking about right now. See, Maryland finally opened up the dispensaries, man. And like always, every fucking case you hear when fucking shit opens up, man, the shit's out of control, man. Line be wrapped the fuck around the block.
Man.
You know, that's the
Yeah, I
real-
know,
yeah.
right?
Prices are super high. Look, I had an audience member
they-
say prices
they
super high.
overcharging.
So the
But
people
the
that need to
demand,
can't get it.
They super overcharging.
the demand is so strong for this shit, it doesn't even fucking matter, you know?
And they used to lock us up for this shit.
And what I'm saying is, Slim, they thought they had enough for everybody. They thought,
Can't ever have enough.
oh, we got enough to cover everybody.
Can't ever have enough.
Man, no, they didn't.
All of America smokes. People just don't admit it. You
6
can't
hours,
ever have enough.
6 hours though.
Everybody
That's
smokes.
crazy.
Man, and I'm telling you, man, that's how big the demand is out here, that we could fucking grow your own and do what you want. And it don't even matter, man. The demand is still strong. You see what I'm saying? So that's how it is out here right now.
You know, it just worries me. People that can't afford $500 ounces that need that medicine, that just got the medical card. You know,
Hey,
that's
you
the
know
real
another
problem
little
there.
tidbit about that Silver Spring joint? It's an ex-NFL player that owned that joint. I forget his name,
That's how you got that joint so fast.
but he is the only dude of color to have a dispensary in Maryland, if I'm not mistaken.
I know a lot of that's still in court, man, because all that was messed up. They messed up.
That
the
was
process
the
stuff.
whole delay. In actuality, that was the whole delay
What?
in Maryland about
It was
the
crooked.
dispensaries,
People
about
getting paid off and stuff.
people buying up for slots to own a dispensary and all that, and the people trying to do it the fair way getting blocked out of it. So, you know, it was a big dispute about that, court dates and everything. So everything finally got settled out and everything's running now. So Maryland's finally with the program.
Yeah, I know they with the program because I got pressed out by the police the other day, and they found a J on me. They let me go. I was surprised like shit. I was like, man, is this really happening? You know what I'm saying? I was hearing music like shit in the background. Ain't the fuck?
So you're good.
That shit felt funny as about.
Man.
You're good under 10 grams, but you really need to get that medical card. Mine just came in the mail, and I'm so excited to have it. So pick up the medical card and protect yourself even further.
Which one you got for Maryland?
DC.
Or DC?
But
Oh yeah.
but so
Stop playing.
So you can have, so if you have a medical card in DC, I just heard this. If you have a medical card in DC, you can have 4 ounces.
that's
on
your
it.
month's supply. You can have that on you.
That shit still feel funny, but that's what's up.
Nah, yeah, that is what's up. But it's even more what's up for PG. Like you said, they let you slide, man. Cause
Yeah.
back then, man, you get your ass whipped and thrown in the slammer for that shit, man.
Fucking horrible, man.
Get stomped out. and
Matter of
some more
fact,
shit.
man, not to put your business out there, they pressed you out and threw you in there not too long ago for that shit because you went across the fucking line. Literally,
Yeah.
across the fucking line.
From DC
See,
to PG.
you have to keep in
like
mind that
steps.
DC is recreational and it's legal. But if you accidentally jump across that motherfucking line and get
It's a
pressed
wrap.
out,
You got over 10 grams on you. You're gonna
tell them about that gun line, boss.
No bullshit.
So, you know, that's definitely something you got to keep in mind as well, man. Know where you at all times, because when you live out here in the district, you can find yourself in PG at any given moment.
God forbid you cross into Virginia.
Oh, man.
Oh nah,
Yeah.
we don't cross that bridge.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
I don't even want to talk about them. They
Yeah.
is who they is, man. Yeah. They get all my respect. I ever go to Virginia, man. I'm about as clean as I could ever be.
No doubt.
Man, and like I said, man, this was the show for the day. We about to get this wrapped up. I'd like to thank Tokes Eastwood for coming through and showing me love for the show. Like I said, he wasn't really meant to be in here and get, you know, a little quick slab interview or whatever. But I am going to have him on here in the future with his staff and crew and all that, with his wild crew.
It's gonna be a crazy night.
And
All
it's
right.
going to be a
It's
nice,
gonna be a
crazy
crazy
night.
night.
And we're going to be talking about videos and movies and productions and all that other good shit and how we coordinates with all that. So thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Catch me next week at Monday. And congratulations again to J-Rock 420. See y'all next week, y'all.
All right, y'all. Peace out.